My name's Simon Betts and I'm Dean of College, Wimbledon College of Art at the University of the Arts London. The tutorial that you're about to see is designed to equip you with some basic skills, some basic techniques in order to draw a human kidney. What we're not trying to do is to turn you into an artist. What we are trying to do is to give you a set of basic drawing skills and techniques so that you can look at parts of the anatomy and draw with some confidence. You'll notice on the tutorial there are various techniques, and I would want you to think about practicing these as much as you can, and do feel that you can experiment with them. It's through experimentation that you'll find that you'll get more confident and your drawing will become more fluent. The drawings you see being made in the tutorial are very big, and they're that size so that you can see more clearly what is actually happening in the drawings. You won't need to make them that big, they just need to go in your normal sketchbook or on a sheet of paper. So don't worry about making your drawings that size. The other thing I would point out is that it's not a human kidney, so the observant among you will notice that it is in fact a lamb's kidney. Wimbledon College of Art is an art college, not a medical facility, so we've had to be a little inventive. However, the techniques that you see in the tutorial, the approaches that you see in the tutorial are exactly the same. Experiment, practice, but above all, really look at what you're drawing and you'll be okay. And good luck with your drawing.
So the point of this exercise is to help you visualize what it is that you're actually looking at in your dissections on paper. And in order to do that, you need a few tools and techniques that'll help you to get those things down and to make them look the way that you want them to look. Now, one of the things that we want to stress is that this isn't about making something look aesthetically pleasing. It's not about creating a work of art. It's about using this as a tool to help you see. Much like a mind map or something that you would do in a really quick way to sketch something down, it is going to help you just depict something quickly so that you can refer to it later, and also so that your tutor can understand that you've seen and understood what it is you've looked at. Okay? So starting off with the kidney, the easiest way to start with the shape is just to do a general shape, square, circle, rectangle, whatever it is of what you're looking at, and put your item inside of it. So with the kidney, it's going to be an oval. And the kidney will then get slotted within that oval. And so just start here, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're just going to clean that up a bit so that we can really see the lines that we want to see. So as you can see, it's not perfect. It's not about doing something that looks really good and is a work of art. It's about getting something down that helps you to understand and remember what it is that you saw, and also so that your tutor can see that you've really taken a look and recorded what it is that you've seen. So that's the general shape of my kidney. And then I'm going to redraw it here, try to redraw it about as much as I can like the one that I've just done. Thinking about what the contours are going to be like. So you're looking at your kidney shape and you're thinking about what sort of texture is on the outside. So the kidney that I'm looking at is quite smooth and it's quite shiny. And so my lines are going to reflect that, and they're really smooth, really fluid, and really straight. So again, just use the eraser as you need to clean things up. Once you've cut open the kidney, you've noticed that there's quite a bit of difference between the sort of slick surface on the outside, which is really shiny and really smooth, and the more granular textures on the inside. So there's a lot of contrast between what's going on the inside and the outside. And one of the easiest ways to depict texture is cross-hatching, and it's just literally taking lines and then crossing over them. So just a general cross-hatch, and you can use that to give things a three-dimensional shape. So just going back to this other kidney here, just giving that a really rough cross-hatch on the edges here, just to give it a bit of three-dimensional shape. And you can see how that crossing over of the lines is giving it a shading. So you can see how that can be used just to give something a three-dimensional form. And it can also be used to show the inside texture. So when you're looking at your kidney, you can notice how there's a lot of different textures on the inside, and the cross-hatching can be used in different ways to show that granular texture that you've got on the inside here. So just doing that through the areas that aren't smooth can show a more granular texture in the tissues. And also using different sort of more stipple-like lines can show a more stipple texture, sort of maybe a finer grain. So let me just draw this quickly here. Now, when you're going to be doing yours, it's going to be obviously a bit different, and you can take as much time as you need to do these. I'm just going to do this quite quickly. Now there's some big smooth areas that are kind of like a flower pattern going through the kidney. These smooth, shiny, almost wet-looking shapes kind of go through my kidney. And then this area here is very granular and quite textural. So I'd use one of these textures here to try and depict that grain. So just stippling through it and making it quite grainy. Again, we're not worrying about making it beautiful, it's just depicting what it is I see. And as you can see, this takes quite a long time. And I don't think it's necessary to spend the 2 hours or whatever it would take to do the entire thing. So just give yourself a few lines that label out the tissue texture that you're looking at. So just sort of pointing out that that is the same is fine. And then this texture here, which is more of a kind of like fattiness that comes in through here, is again a different texture, which is a bit more lacy and not as finely granular. And it can be depicted, I think, a bit more with sort of squiggly lines or almost S-like lines. So you can use any sort of way that feels comfortable for you, any sort of mark making that feels comfortable for you to depict that difference. So I notice my fat kind of comes up like this. So you're showing the differences in texture. So you've got a granular texture here and a different sort of lacier texture through here, whereas these are quite smooth. And through here, I've also got a few little ends of veins that have been cut off, and they're quite shiny and smooth on the inside. It's just liquid on the inside, so just showing the walls there. And basically what I'm doing is just showing the wall of the vein. So just like that, and just giving it a bit of shading on a really small scale. I can show the end bits of those. Now if you were drawing it from the side, if you had any sort of little bits coming out by any reason that you hadn't cut it straight through, or maybe this was lower down, you would just show it with a straight line, 2 straight lines, and then the round end. And again, just show a little bit of cell wall. And that shows a bit of structure and three-dimensionality there. So that is basically it, and just little tools to help you try and really visualize on paper what it is that you're looking at. So good luck.